Hello, this is Mrs. Wong here. Today we'll be going through the MYE Paper 2. For question 1a, we need to simplify this expression. Now we can start by changing the power from a negative 2/3 to a positive 2/3. We can do so by taking the reciprocal of the fraction inside the bracket. Then we will need to use this law of indices to help us simplify the expression, giving us the final answer like this. Let's go on to question 1b. We need to simplify this expression. We will start by factorizing both the numerator and denominator. For the numerator, we can use either the algebraic formula a squared minus b squared, or we can use the cross method or the multiplication form to do the factorization. For the denominator, we can factorize using either the cross method or the multiplication frame as well. Then we can simplify to get x plus 3 over 3x minus 4. Let us go on to question 1c. We need to express this expression as a single fraction in its simplest form. For this question, let us take a closer look at the two denominators. We have 4 minus x squared and x minus 4. We see that 4 minus x and x minus 4 are actually related, so we can actually try to change x minus 4 to 4 minus x by factorizing a negative 1 out. Then we will get something like this. Then we will go on to change to a common denominator, 4 minus x, the whole thing squared. And we will get this when we combine the two fractions into one, since they now have the same denominator. Then we will go on to simplify the answer. We need to be careful in our expansion because we have negative 7 multiplied by 4, negative 7 multiplied by negative x, which will give us a positive 7x here. Then we have our final answer, 9x minus 28 over 4 minus x, the whole thing squared. We will now go on to part D. For part D, we need to solve this inequality. I will start by converting the terms on the left-hand side to the same denominator. This can be easily done if I recognize that x is actually x over 1. So I simply need to change the denominator to 5. After changing to a common denominator 5 on the left-hand side, we will simplify the expression on the left. And then from here, we are going to do something like a cross multiplication. But we have to be very careful that the numerator stays where it is. So the two numerators will stay on the respective side of the inequality while we multiply the denominators over. After the cross multiplication, we do expansion, and then we will put all the terms with x on one side of the inequality and all the others on the other side. Then we will further simplify to solve for x. So this is my answer. Do remember that since this is an inequality, the answer should also include the unknown and the inequality sign. We will now go on to part E. Part E requires us to solve the simultaneous equations. For this pair of simultaneous equations, it might be easier and more direct to change the coefficient of y to 6y. So once I have 6y and I have a negative 6y, I will then now add these two equations together to get rid of y totally. Solving for x gives us 7 over 8. We can then now easily solve for y by substituting the value of x into any of the equations. We will then get y equals to 11 over 16. So we are done with question 1.